So, I have a mail call that I am flipping excited about. So, let's do this. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Les Ketchum. And if you're joining me once again, so much extra love. I really do appreciate it. I'm pretty stoked, as I mentioned in my intro there. I got some things in the mail that I am pretty stoked about. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I busted in it right away. I had to get my hands on these and I really wanted to know what they were about, get a feel for them so I would have something to share with y'all. And this isn't my every video type haul because, as some of you may know, I collect different things. Not all of it is necessarily even vinyls. But I do collect other types of figures, pretty much anything Batman. I do the chomps, I have the sodas, we have some Soup Troop. Honestly, certain nostalgia things, like there's a variety of stuff I enjoy, and comics is one of the things that I enjoyed as a child and I've slowly gotten back into in the last several months, year, I don't know exactly how long, but I am looking for new stories, new storylines that I enjoy other than like old school Batman. And one of my first comics, honestly, that I ever read was like the Archies when I was like young. So anyway, these are a far cry from that. But my haul today, guys, are comics. And my first slab, guys. My first slab. Like, even when it comes to like, as far as comics, even with Pokemon, I didn't have any graded cards until like this last year. Because for me, a lot of them, I was like, I don't know, like I was fine with them not necessarily being graded because I wasn't necessarily planning to resell. It was just for me, just in their binder, you know, protected. I was like, it's fine. Because one of the benefits is it's nice to preserve your card when you grade them, but it's also nice, you know, because it makes a difference in value, etc. But I was like, they're just going to rot in this binder. It doesn't matter because I'm going to hold on to them and then my grandkids can stare at them one day, regardless of if values are there or not. But I never have gotten a comic slapped, but there is a story that I've been reading recently that I have enjoyed. I like things that are a little weird, quirky, different, maybe a little dark, and I had actually let Mr. Ketchum know that it was a story that I was kind of into, especially art-wise. Like, there's a lot of covers, especially on the first issue of this certain comic, that I really dug. Like, I thought they looked so dope, and there was like several. But this was one of the covers that I wasn't able to get of this book, and he surprised me with not only an alternative cover, but he got it as a flippin' slab, guys. I'm getting excited. I can't even talk right anymore. So I've got it. It's still in the plastic here, guys. It's in the plastic, but this is so, this is one of those moments where I don't have words because I'm like too worked up to know like really how to feel, what to say, but let me get it out of the plastic and let's check this baby out. But the book for my first comic slab ever, which I honestly didn't expect to ever have, is the first issue, third printing of Nice House on the Lake. And guys, oh my gosh, like actually here, let's kill this light for a second. So maybe you can get a better view of this, maybe not. But y'all, he got me a 9.8, what? Which is freaking dope. Love this. So this is through CGC. I think this is absolutely amazing. And I love the third print of this one. Some of y'all may already know this about me. I really enjoy skeletons. I like its organic look. It's, I don't know, it's like creepy, cool, interesting. It's like a mix of psychology and science, and I just think skeletons are cool, to put it simply, guys. But I thought this was one of the cool covers and the things that I like, and ideally I would want each printing. I got a different cover that I have shown off before. And then the second printing of this cover specifically, like there's a clean one, the second one is a little worn, and then this third one has even more wear, but technically it's a completely clean page. You know, it's just the artwork. But anyway, I want ideally all 3 printings of this particular cover so I can show the wear across time, so it's actually a complete set, because to me those each hold their own, like, and not necessarily monetary value, but value as far as like seeing the progression, like something about having the set as far as the cover goes. But anyway, I love this. This is DC Black Label, and again, this is the 3rd printing of Nice House on the Lake, which has the most wear of all the printings of this particular cover. But I just think it's a really fun, interesting story. And like I said, this is my first slab, y'all, so I'm so stoked. But enough rambling about my book. All right, so the mail call that I showed you wasn't this book. It was actually 2 other ones that I have ordered from Coffee and a Comic. And I will have that information if you are curious about that shop. My friend Frank runs that shop. Great person, a lot of fun, really nice, and I mean, it's a way to support a small business. But anyway, I ordered a couple comics through him. One would be issue 0, which I think is cool. And then I have an issue 1 of something that, to me, it's like, it's not necessarily a series because there are several of these books. And the first one I'm going to show y'all, but they're all isolated stories at the same time, if that makes sense. And that's going with the Rivers of London. So first, let me pull this baby out of the plastic so it's not too shiny. But the reason I was interested in this book is it was another one that was talked about as being a dark kind of fairy tale. Like it says on here, Deadly Ever After. I thought the artwork looked, I don't know, it just looks dope. Like I was like, this looks amazing. I like the idea of kind of twisted, weird, or interesting stories for sure. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to give this a try. But I have to say, guys, even though I appreciate this and enjoy this for the cover, the concept of it, it really wasn't one of my favorite books. Like I said, I kind of ripped into that and I read both of these immediately. I don't know, y'all. It's fun. It's interesting. It's a little bloody, you know, but it's just really not something that tickles my fancy as much to like want to continue with this series. And I don't know, maybe I'll enjoy some other things from this writer, but this one just really didn't do it for me. Same thing like with Alice Ever After. I loved the artwork of a book that I got from the first issue, but the story just, there's something about it just wasn't quite enough to grab my attention to want to continue with it. But I still appreciate the art, appreciate the concept, and I like when people try putting twists. But I have to say, when it comes to old school ideas of like fairy tales and twist on these, the original fairy tales, like Grimm's fairy tales, they were dark, you know, they had purpose, they had lessons. And to me, I almost would just be like, why don't you just add some fun artwork to the original stories? You know what I mean? Because they really are amazing. And I know copyrights, etc. There's always different things that go into this, but I don't know. I just feel like there's some other ways that maybe it could be done better or something that would grab me more. But like I said, it was still, to me, worth reading, worth trying. So check it out, see what you think. So again, it's a dark twist on some of the original fairy tales included within a new story. So beautiful. Now, the second book I am stoked on. Now, immediately, I was just like, this cover looks sick. The name was familiar, but I couldn't immediately figure out why until I was in, like, literally in the middle of reading the book, and it, like, clicked. I was like, this is a song, guys. And then at the end, it talks about the inspiration for this book. But, I mean, it's just so interesting, just like these songs are. So, guys, if you enjoy the band Slipknot, which I've always been a fan of Slipknot, one of my favorite concerts I've ever been to is a Slipknot concert. There's fire, their drum set was upside down, like drum line, like it was insane. Like it was a show, guys. It was a show. But anyway, their song Vermilion, actually part 1 and part 2, was the inspiration for this comic, which, like I said, I didn't think that when I first read it, and I didn't see Slipknot even mentioned necessarily in the description of this one. But it was talking about Persephone, and again, this idea of these like dark, twisted stories that I was like, I'm curious how this goes. Is this going to be a good twist, a good type of interesting, dark, psych type thing, or is it just going to be total chaos? But anyway, this, and mind you, it's a little risque looking, guys. So if you don't want to see a risque cover, hide now. 3, 2, 1. Vermilion. And I just thought this immediately is like, whoa, what is this book about? But tattooed woman here, sensual cover, you know, but anyway, this is just beautiful, beautiful cardstock cover. So that grabbed my attention. Like I said, the name was familiar, but I couldn't quite grasp it. But let me see if I can find, let's see. There are lines in here. Let me see if I can find a good spot. Dun, dun, dun. Guys, where's a good spot? I also don't want to show y'all something that's going to make, you know, you run certain parts of it as well. So throughout the story, there's different things. There's a red bubble, which is the view of the person that is speaking to and interacting with this character. There is a white bubble, which is her. And then there is a kind of thought bubble, which is the internal dialogue of the person. But through that, the internal dialogue, there we go, there's some of it, are song lyrics, guys. So I don't know if you can see that really well, but it's got the, I won't let this build up inside of me. She is something in me that I despise. She isn't real, you know. Anyway, it just goes on and on. And I'm going to read that out of order a little bit, guys. But what I'm saying here is, this, I think, was really cool, really interesting, done in a neat way, but it is the writer's interpretation of the song, of the lyrics of the song. And there's debate about this song, too. Everything from serial killer's view of a victim that he was obsessed with to a stalker. I've even heard people interpret this as someone's relationships with substance. All kinds of different things, you know, being so in love with even the idea of like maybe a celebrity or something to where they don't even know you, recognize you well, but you're so in love with them and feel so close to them. And anyway, it's just the pain and torture of not being as much this person as you want to be. So anyway, there's just a lot of interesting, and I'm not even anywhere closely covering all of that because, you know, check out the song, check out the book. But it is so dope. I really do enjoy the story. It gives a little bit of the history of, you know, the writing of this book. Talks about the author a little bit. But like I said, this was definitely one that I was like, this was sick, y'all. This was cool. Everything from, again, the story to it just tying in music, which I thought was cool. So literally comic that is interpreting something else, which a lot of comics do that, but I was like, but I know this band, I know these songs, I love them too. So I don't know, it's like getting a really cool in your hand music video, but animated. But anyway, guys, so let me know what you thought about these. I am stoked. I really enjoyed Vermilion. Love my nice house on the lake. Slab, guys. I'm so stoked about that. But anyway, also, I'm having the 1K subscriber giveaway this coming Saturday. So stay tuned, guys. I plan to have that at 12 p.m. Eastern. I will, soon as I stop and make it, I will get a thumbnail out. I will get that scheduled. So you will have a little heads up and a reminder that that is coming up. But feel free to come hang out, see who wins. And as always, I have options. I'll have a mystery box as an option. I'll have some pops that are like singles and out, and sodas and things that are going to be options for that giveaway that I will be giving the winners a choice on. So anyway, come celebrate, come play with me. I'm going to have Pop the Chaos hanging out with me, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, I hope y'all are having a good week so far, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.